Making a quick, nervous movement as an instinctive reaction to fear, pain, or surprise. Avoid doing or becoming involved in something through fear, pain, or anxiety. Have you ever flinched before? Shrunk, pulled back, cringed? Have you ever flinched in life at the idea that you were not good enough? Maybe you were not worthy? Have you ever flinched at the idea that you couldn't get the job? You couldn't close the deal? You couldn't make the relationship work? Have you ever flinched due to terror, due to trauma, due to health, due to abuse? Over 30 years ago, there was this little girl who grew up all of her childhood. She flinched uncontrollably her entire childhood life. She flinched so much so that she couldn't even see the break of day because all she saw was darkness. All she knew was darkness. See, she flinched every single day as she entered the classroom and walked into a crowd. She flinched at being bullied and talked about and pointed at and laughed at and being told things that she was ugly. See, she sported black eyes from flinching from abuse, being punched about in the face and hit about her body. She flinched because she had busted lips that she would sport to school and busted eardrums with pus that would run down her ear in the middle of class, and she would have to walk out of the classroom to be escorted to the restroom to get cleaned up. She flinched at wearing the same clothes over and over and over. And so on the first day of school, by the third day of school, she was already rotating the clothes for the week. Or she was often laughed at. And she often flinched at anything dealing with love, joy, or peace, because the words that she heard made her flinch. She heard words like she was dumb, she was stupid, and she would be nothing when she got older. Oh, she lived a life of flinching, trembling and flinching. She flinched so much that she found herself in foster care and shelters, where she flinched from those who were sent to protect her. She flinched at the new foster care workers. She flinched in shelters. She flinched everywhere she went. She was so broken with flinching that she flinched her way all the way to a bottle of pills in her hands and she downed them. 47,000 children are flinching right now due to abuse and neglect. And that's just in the state of Mississippi alone. And that was in 2021. Nationwide, those numbers are 7 million. 7 million. See, we can talk all day about problems and issues. Let's talk about solutions. Well, first, what are solutions? See, it's time that we in 2023 look at solutions like a toolbox of success. We want to add as many solutions that we can choose from to use in particular situations for particular cases and scenarios. What are solutions? Solutions can be something as easy as a motivational speaker. A solution can be an author. A solution can be a teacher, a preacher, a counselor, a social worker, a foster parent, or a guardian, or a family member that steps in, or somebody just taking responsibility and stepping in. It is time to add all the tools that we need to add to our toolbox of success. Yes, it is time. See, 20 years ago, I never knew that I would have graduated from the police academy. You never would have been able to tell me that I would have been a robbery homicide detective or a child protection detective solving cases where children were abused, neglected, or worse. See, you never would have told me growing up that I would grow up to be a college dropout who started and quitted college over 8 to 9 times to finally graduating with my master's degree from Belhaven University. And we're not going to skip over the bachelor's in social services. I never knew that I would one day walk away from a law enforcement career of over 15 years to do the work that I do today. See, I never knew that over 30 years ago that I would have survived that suicide attempt. I never knew because I was then stuck in fear. I was stuck in pain and I was stuck in anxiety. So I want you to look over your life today and always stamp child welfare in your mind. Keep it there. Because all over the world, all over the nation, there is a cry out for children and adults. Because why? Those young children who are brokenhearted, traumatized, and abused, they grow up to be adults with broken hearts. And so the message for today is to heal. The message for today is to add tools of success to your toolbox to help declare that children will grow up to be healed adults. See, like I knew for myself, eventually I got to a point where I was like, no more flinching for me. No more flinching for me. It's time to cease flinching in your life. So when you wake up in the morning and you look in the mirror, it's time to declare no more flinching over everything that you have going on that you feel is holding you back. And let me add, it is not about what happens on the outside. Flinching is not a controlled force that happens on the outside. Flinching is what's happening on the inside. It is time to do the inner work. I want you to look over this story. Search your life and see how you can impact someone. Maybe you can pass a message along. Maybe you can give a compliment to a teacher, to a counselor. Or maybe you can see how you can roll up your sleeves and you can do the work. But now it is time to declare the no more flinching movement all over the world. I am Carlotta Taylor, author of No More Flinching, 5 Steps to Overcoming Adversity. No More Flinching is often deemed as a survivor's guide for the abused and a super powerful, inspirational book that every person alive needs to know about. It's time to declare no more flinching.